Labour has come under criticism for refusing to take responsibility for the confused messaging around the UK lockdown, as BBC host Andrew Marr pointed at their repeated demands for an exit strategy. BBC's Andrew Marr savaged Labour's handling of the coronavirus, claiming that the party were to blame for the confused messaging around the lockdown. Speaking to Labour's Shadow Health Secretary Jonathan Ashworth, Marr pointed to the repeated efforts from both Mr Ashworth and Labour leader Sir Keir Starmer to push the government to outline their exit strategy. Andrew Marr scolded Mr Ashworth for refusing to accept part of the blame for the mixed messages over the lifting of the lockdown this week. This week has been marked by a confused messaging on the lockdown exit strategy, ahead of Boris Johnson's address to the nation tonight. Newspaper headlines on Thursday heralded an end to the lockdown measures from Monday, but this was later disputed by cabinet ministers who suggested it would be an extremely cautious route out of the lockdown. There are fears that leaving the lockdown measures too quickly could spark an even more dangerous second wave of the coronavirus pandemic. The BBC's Andrew Marr said that the repeated demands from Labour's new shadow cabinet team for an exit strategy instigated the confusion this week. He said, "We always knew that getting out of the lockdown would be a difficult and complicated process. Labour has been calling again and again and again for a path out of the lockdown. So do you take some of the responsibility for the confusing at the moment?" Mr Ashworth responded, "It isn't unreasonable to ask what the government's strategy is for the coming weeks." He blamed secretive briefings from Downing Street officials to newspaper journalists for the confusion. The Labour MP explained, "I think some of those briefings to newspapers has led to the situation, yesterday and on Friday, of lots of people going to parks to enjoy the sunshine.